Hey guys, this is Nadun sir. I'm here to make a loud statement so that all of you are going to hear my noise and submit to my voice. As you submit to my voice, I will give you this surprising message that all of you guys have been eagerly waiting for. Most of you have inquired me on WhatsApp asking as to when our spoken English sessions will happen, and we will conduct those sessions very soon, and I'm going to announce the date. We won't be taking at least 7 days before, even before 5 days. Within 5 days I will announce the date. So this is the place if you want to improve your English consecutively, successively each week. This is the place where you should start. This is the place you want to join, right? We have all the mechanisms that you need to, that will, one mechanism is forced speech mechanism that will force you to speak, produce English, right? Even when it comes to speaking English, now English is a highly dynamic and evolving global language, and apart from that, it is a link language which links almost all cultures, all countries around the world. So this world, it orbits, it rotates around English. So because without English it would be extremely difficult for us to do the daily chores that we are doing right now, using the technology, browsing, reading through all the newspapers, the bulletins, and everything that is richly available on the internet. So I need not to stress the importance of English. Don't worry, I won't be, now what I'm producing my language, it is coming naturally, automatically. So my goal for you is, my friend, is when you come 𝗵𝑵𝑏𝒊𝒏𝒈, right? මම ඉංග්‍රීසියෙන් කතා කරන්නේ because this is the place I need to make a point. I need to get a point across, right? Because now this is unlike any other program. Our main focus is to produce, to create an environment where you will richly produce, you will naturally produce, you will involuntarily produce, you will automatically produce the language of English, right? So now I'm creating an environment for you to speak, because now if you don't have an environment in which English is being used, now for instance, imagine your home environment, it may be your school environment, it may be your work environment, it may be your higher study, the institute you go for higher studies, that particular environment, if it is not equipped with the language called English, and if no one is going to, not even your best friend is willing to help or discuss or talk to you in English, how, my friend, how will you improve your English? Now that question remains to be answered. While it remains to be answered, you cannot wait. You have waited this long, but here's the good news: you won't be needing to wait any longer. Just come here, over here, and 7014586622. That will be our WhatsApp hotline number. You can call us, reach to us, and I will be freely publishing the Zoom links for our spoken English sessions, which are around the corner. So come here, right? All of you guys get attracted to this particular spoken English session. So my goal is, my personal goal is, if you ask for me if there is any commercial objective or motivation for me to conduct this class, I would say exactly no. I am conducting these sessions for my personal satisfaction, only for my personal satisfaction. I would be very much pleased and personally satisfied if any of you come and participate in these sessions and produce the language, the rich and dynamic language called English, because that is the language which is going to take you to the next level. If you want to progress in your life, if you want to climb up the corporate ladder, right? If you want to attract a good job, if you want to progress, get a promotion, if you want to take your studies to the next level, if you want to take your career, broaden your career pathway. So my friend, without English it would be extremely difficult. You would be doing hard work, but acquiring this rich language, this dynamic language, this global language would give you a headway, right? right? It would turn the tables for you, right? So that's why. So when it comes to these sessions, right, this is not a traditional conventional program that I'm presenting for you. This is a place, an environment which with dynamic activities, which are interrelated like a chain, so that you would be each second, every minute, every day, every week, you would be producing, you would be, right, presenting, producing, practicing the language, so on and so forth, so on and so forth, so on and so forth. So I will be equipping you with vocabulary, right? Now the thing is, that's an important thing, a place where most of you guys get misled, right? Most of people, they know they want to improve their spoken side of English, but they will get attracted to places, they will get attracted to scenarios and programs because they do not, they lack the knowledge as to what they should be doing in order to improve, in order to climb up in order to take their English to the next level, right? Which is they would end up learning English grammar. They would end up translating languages, Sinhalese sentences to English, and sentences that are presented to them in English to Sinhalese, so on and so forth. They would be doing, they came for one thing, they came to improve their English, but they end up doing something else. So that would not be the class, the sessions we would be conducting, right? The sessions we would be conducting would be really challenging, really welcoming and heartwarming for you, because this is not the place for me to announce what we would be doing. When you come, when you visit, all of you guys are invited, right? No matter whether you are a teacher, whether you are a lecturer, whether you are a professor, whether you are a student, whether you are a parent, whether you are a candidate who have applied for a certain exam, or whether you are a person who is expecting to fly abroad, or whether you are someone who is conceived, expecting child labor, expecting to deliver child. So no matter, you might come from any walk in your life, right? But this is going to be a place where you will be pushing your frontiers, where I personally will push your frontiers, and I will force you in a really gentle way, right? I'm not going to break your hearts. I'm not going to. Now imagine, you came here, so you're going to come here, right? I did not just so when you come here, right guys, when you come here, you should bear one thing in your mind, right? You won't be a master of spoken English. Now what's the purpose of a language if you can't communicate? If you don't open your mouth and speak, then definitely spoken English is not for people who are not willing to speak. Most of you are afraid because there is the mindset you have is you have a particular kind of phobia that people are watching you, right? People are watching you, and when you speak in public, if I make a mistake, then people will laugh at me, people will mock at me. To be really honest with you, 99.99% of the people, the public in Sri Lanka, they don't know what English is. They don't have acquired English the way English should have been acquired. For instance, they don't know how to pronounce a word even. For instance, it may be, right, tomato. It's not tomato, it's tomato. So I'm going to brush up your pronunciation. I'm going to add vocabulary, a stock of words to your vocabulary, and we are going to practice on word combinations. Now when it comes to word combinations, right, I can bring forth a phrase like to cut you a chair, and you won't even know what it means. So when it comes to spoken English, right, we would be spoken English is heavily equipped with word combinations. I don't know now how well you are doing following me. How well you are doing following means you are not coming personally. Don't take the literal meaning, but following me means I don't know how far you can understand me, how far you have been following this video. I don't know whether you can comprehend me at this rate, but I will keep continuing. I will keep continuing because I came here personally because I want to push the frontiers. I know you can speak English, I know you will speak English. I am here to train you, I am here to guide you as long as I live. Right now I have rethought my position as to what I should be doing, the service I should be rendering to you guys, you people who have lost. Now you people are lost, you don't have a sense of direction, you have lost your sense of direction, and let me recalibrate your compass for your compass of life. That will be the biggest help, the biggest direction that a teacher would be giving to a particular student. And you guys being my disciples, right, all you need to do is just all these things I'm doing free of charge, right? So you can come evaluate. If you find the programs, the sessions, the activities that I'm going to bring forth, if they are really conducive and if they are going to bring forth a change in your lives, then you are warmly welcome. You are warmly welcome to participate in these sessions, because when you are done, you will never be done with me, because English is such a dynamic language, right? There is no end to learning English. There is no end to mastering English. Now you might think I am competent in speaking English, right? You might think, but I think there's more for me to learn, right? Because English is a diverse language. Right now, you know texting, but do you know fexting? See how many words get added to the lexicon of English daily. So the thing is, now I'm at a certain proficiency level of English because I am keeping up to date, right? But if you add on to your practice, if you work on your English daily, right? Not once in a week, right? Not once a week, not once a month, not annually, biannually. You should work on it daily. You brush your teeth daily. You eat, you have your meals daily, right? You wash your clothes daily. You go to sleep daily, right? So you watch television, my goodness, right? Now watching TV, there's nothing wrong. I have many TVs. There's nothing wrong. Entertainment is good for your life, but you need balanced entertainment. And if you guys, most of you guys, I know you have dish TVs, satellite TVs, so that is your satellite provider might be Dialog or FreeSat, some sort of a cable operator, and then that means you have a plethora of opportunities, right, to watch, to view, to experience international content. You might tune into channels like Nat Geo Wild, BBC Wild, BBC. You might watch news channels like those are streaming live, DW, that is Deutsche Welle TV, France TV, NDTV. Now NDTV is New Delhi TV, that is broadcasted from India. In that channel you would find these newscasters 24/7. They would be presenting news in English, right? Imagine our neighbor, our Asian neighbor, right? They have a channel dedicated to streaming only news in English. You don't understand the practical importance of it, right? Most of you guys are doing professional, right? Those who are taking up this particular subject called professional writing, advanced professional writing, right? And those who are particularly following diplomas like professional diplomas in English, they understand how valuable it is, because now news is a place where they described incidents as they happen, the current affairs that happen in a particular context, geographical context, in a particular country, in a particular place in the world. So you get a rich vocabulary. Now there is a new virus, a type of virus, first coronavirus. Now imagine that was a new vocabulary by that time. Now it is outdated in our vocabulary of English, and now there's a virus called not Ripa. No, it's not Ripa. It's Nipah, something like that. Nipah virus. I haven't looked into it, but I have heard it. That is, I have acquired it from the people who are talking and gossiping about it right around me. So imagine new vocabulary, whether it's from the field of science and technology or whatever the field. It's all of them, they get linked to one crucial language. They do not get adapt to the Sinhalese language. All of them, all of these areas, whether it's science, whether it's psychology, whether it's neuroscience, whether it's technology, right, motor engineering, mechanics, everything, every field and subfield, what do is they nourish one language which is called English. So my dear, there is no editing to these videos I'm doing when I'm speaking English, or whether I'm speaking in Sinhalese. I don't edit, I don't cut out, because whether I do a mistake or not, whether I do a slip or not, right, the first and foremost crucial intent of mine is to produce natural English, right? I should have a free flow of English. Now I'm not here. You see my palms, they are very clean, they are very white, they are very pure, because there is no written scripts. I don't read from scripts. This is a talent, this is a gift that is presented coherent inside every one of you. My friend, you have this talent. I can go on talking and talking and talking and talking and talking, and you are vomiting in English, right? Because, right, most of you guys, you cannot speak English because the thing is, you don't think in English. If you don't think in English, you won't be able to speak in English. Now, when I watch a movie, I prefer English movies. I prefer watching English TV channels, because there I will right, apart from getting thrilled, apart from getting entertained, right, I will get information. I will expand the level of my English knowledge, right? I will try to at least learn one word, one phrase, right, one new word combination, right? Even some of Hindi movies, if you watch them with the subtitles, you will find, wow, wonderful phrases, wonderful word combinations used in creative ways. And if you, I personally watch these Hindi movies, those Bollywood songs, right? Imagine a song. I will recall a song like this, right? A particular song where 𝐒𝐿𝐴 was personally, it was a city under siege, right? वो लड़की बहुत याद आती है, वो लड़का बहुत याद आती है. Right now, if you watch a song with particular subtitles, you will, right, first of all, you watch a particular song that is non-native. That is, non-native means that's not the correct term. Non-native means that is non-English, a non-English song, and just by looking at, you try to express what's going on. You try to describe what's happening as to how you perceive in English, and then you watch the same thing with subtitles, and with that renewed understanding, when you started to see the same thing but under different circumstances, under a different light, under a new light, you will re-evaluate or recalibrate your approach, and you will adapt, enrich your description more, right? So there is not one single way as to how you can, right, master English, right? So I just cannot do one single video and explain how important it is for you guys to pick up, absorb, to acquire, internalize your English, and how you can work on your English, how you can master this so-called, so dynamic language, English. So guys, we will be dedicating one day per every week, and the time will be favorably 7 p.m. and we won't be continuing past beyond 9 p.m. We will be taking something like 2 hours, and everyone who is pleased, everyone who is excited at this opportunity, you all are invited, you all are welcome. Come, grasp, right, capitalize on this opportunity, right, whether you come or not, all of you guys are invited, and this is going to be free of charge. You are freely invited, and you can come and you can witness how this program, how these sessions unfold, and whether you continue it or not, you will have an idea how you should work on, how you should practice, how you should successively, how you should consecutively practice, work on your language, and what are the mechanisms. So I won't be able to explain all the mechanisms, all the diversified mechanisms that is available to mastering English, because now, see, when I'm speaking, it is coming voluntarily. It is due to my exposure. Number one, environment. You need to have an environment, exposure. Now, most of you guys, you don't have environment, an English speaking environment. So you can create an artificial environment. You can talk to yourself, and the people right around you, right, you will throw them in a friendship. They might be thinking that you have gone mad and finally you have collapsed, mentally you have collapsed. But no, you can go get seated in front of the mirror, and you can, right, talk on a variety of topics. You can select a variety of topics, and you can, now when you are speaking, you will run out of words, and when you run out of words, you will right, deliberately you will be forced to look up on the words which you need to convey those particular meanings. So spoken English is a tough area. Written exam you can pass easily, but spoken English, when it comes to, right, imagine if you cannot give an impromptu speech, and if you cannot be easily tagged into a conversation that is happening lively and freely and occurring at random places at random hours, so what's the purpose of your English? Vadak naha ne. See, I don't like to speak in English, especially at a place like this where I should be speaking in English. But if you cannot follow me, if you cannot understand me, so what's the purpose? Don't get discouraged. Man kiyana dewal therenne naha kiyala upset yanna epa, right? කාටත් තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ මුලින්. මේක 100 දෙනෙක් බැලුවොත් ඒ 100 දෙනාටම මොනවා හරි මෙතන තේරෙන්න දෙයක් තියෙනවා. Right? මමත් දවස ගානේ මොනවා හරි දෙයක් ඉගෙන ගන්නවා ඉංග්‍රීසි වලින්. So right guys, I don't want to speak in Sinhalese, right? Right, you cannot teach English. You cannot teach or train another person to speak in English by speaking in Sinhalese. සිංහලෙන් කතා කරලා තව කෙනෙකුට ඉංග්‍රීසි කතා කරන්න උගන්වන්න බෑ. So that would be the biggest joke. Now that's a joke, right? That's a joke. That's a joke. That's a joke. That's a joke. Repeat with me. That's a joke. If you want to speak English, you should be trained in an English speaking environment. Without an English speaking environment, you guys are already coming from Sinhalese speaking backgrounds. Your culture, your society, your faith, the institutions you go to, all those places, you have a speech community which is based on your native mother tongue. සිංහලෙන් කතා කරන සමාජයක් තුළ ඉංග්‍රීසි ඉගෙන ගන්නවා කියන එක අමාරුයි. කරන්න පුළුවන් දෙයක් නෙමෙයි, බැරි දෙයක්. You need an environment. You need an environment. So that's what I'm going to give you. That's what I'm here to give you. That's my promise to you, right? That's a guarantee. That's a guarantee. And if you guys tag along, both of us, right, we can grow together, we can blossom together, we can grow together. I want people from every walk of life. You might be 65 years old, you might be a teacher, you might be a professor, you might be a student. I don't care. I just don't give a damn about who you are or from which background you come from, as long as you have one inspiration, as long as you have one commitment, that is, I need to speak English. I need to be a proficient speaker of English, right? Right? You guys are welcome to sing in English, to think in English, to walk in English, to play in English, to do everything in English. I'm going to recalibrate your life. That's a promise, guys. That's a promise. That's a promise. That's a promise. That's a promise. So keep repeating with me. These are self-affirmations before we start on this wonderful journey that I am going to speak in English. I am going to think in English. I will not remain the same. I will not be outdated. My knowledge will not be outdated. My speech will not be outdated, right? So, I need you guys to do basic things, right? Basic things. Now, at this moment, imagine you cannot give an impromptu speech. Can you deliver an impromptu speech? Now, if I just drop a bomb, drop a topic, can you give an impromptu speech based on that topic? No, you cannot, because you are not. You can relate to that topic. You can speak. You are verbose to speak on that particular topic in Sinhalese, but not in English, because you haven't started to look at the world in English. You need to. Now what I'm going to say is very different, right? Because most of you guys outside there, you have get attracted to conventional spoken English programs where they do not speak and train you to speak in English, and you guys are wasting your time. You guys are wasting your time. You are running, guys. You are running at the same place, at the same pace, at the same pace, PLACE and PACE. So you are not making any progress. Even the mere idea of progress is an illusion. English වල ප්‍රගතියක් බලාපොරොත්තුෙන් යනවා, ප්‍රගතියක් ඇති වෙනවා කියලා හිතන එකත් ඒක මායාවක්, ඒක ලොකු මුලාවක්. That is a perversion of progress. ප්‍රගතිය නාමයෙන්, right? ඔයා ලොකු මුලාවකට වැටලා ඉන්නවා, right? So all the things you are seeing in front of you, in your left, to your right, to your back, all these advertisements and everything, all these guys who just come, right, in ties and coats with good attire. They market English in Sinhalese. English is spoken English rather than Mindano Sinhalese. And if you get attracted and if you join such programs where they will be speaking, if they speak 100 words, 97 words will be Sinhalese. Sinhala වචන 97ක් කතා කරලා ඉංග්‍රීසි වචන 3ක් කතා කරනවා. So at this rate you will go nowhere. At this rate you will go nowhere. Now see, what is life? Time is life. Now if you want to, if you know the destination you need to get to, that is, we have only one objective, that is, I need to speak English. I need to be proficient in English. Then you should pick up the right train. You should pick up the right train. You should walk on the correct regime. කල යුතු දේ කරන්න ඕනේ. අවිකාර කරලා වැඩක් නැහැ. If you do nonsensical stuff, you are wasting your precious time, my friends. So I have been speaking for about 30 minutes. That's half an hour. I have been with you half an hour. And another thing, now, how many of you know to tell the time in English? Now, I once did a session. There were, now it was a group session. There were 10 participants to that particular spoken English session, and none of them knew how to say the time in English. And if I divulge into the background of those participants. They had, most of them had PhDs, most of them had done diplomas in English, done certificate courses in English, they had certificates, they had degrees, they had done their masters. But what's the purpose if they cannot accomplish a simple task? As to when a person asks you for the time in English, if you cannot say such a simple thing, if you cannot accomplish such a simple feat in English, what's the purpose of your English? Your English, my friends, that's highly theoretical and fictional. ප්‍රබන්ධ කතාවක් තමයි ඔයාලඟ තියෙන ඉංග්‍රීසි. Your English, my friend, is highly theoretical. It's not practical. But from now onward, we are going to take a pragmatic approach on mastering English. Mastering English. So English. Now, if I ask who is English, you said I am English. Where should English come from? English should not come from your book, my friend. English should not come from your book. English should come from within, my friend. English should come from within, from your spirit. And if it's not coming, I will force it to come from your spirit, and that's a promise. And for those who think that this would be a simple feat, no. It requires practice. It requires immense practice. It requires immense training. And most of you guys want me to speak in Sinhalese, but I will not waste this video speaking to you in Sinhalese. I will help you. I will help you guys to my level best. Now, I will share one small experience that I had in my life as an English tutor. In a particular, back when I started, now I cannot recall the year, I worked as a teacher in a particular international school. Now I was given a set of students. Now the individual learner differences when it came to English speaking ability, English speaking competency of those students, it was like it was a very difficult task. It was like bridging the gap between the sky and the earth. It was very difficult. Most of the students, they could understand and react to the instructions given by the teacher in English, but there were poor means not economically poor, but language wise they were poor. They could not understand the instructions given to them. Those students, they could not understand, comprehend and respond to the instructions given by the teacher in English. So I observed them for a week. For a week, I did nothing for those guys, poor guys, right? I did nothing for them, right? The second week came, and the second week, right, I did not speak, right? I did not use one Sinhalese word for the purpose of clarification, whether it's a bright student or whether it was a student who was not that particularly bright, a weak student, right? Whether it's a advanced student or a weak student of the same class, I would stick on to speaking in English. I would give them homeworks, the assignments in English. I would not use one single Sinhalese word in the classroom. So this made the weak people, the weak guys, to feel helpless. They became helpless, and they knew, now the teacher is not going to help me. Teacher is not clarifying, explaining to me the stuff in Sinhalese. So they thought, we should work hard. If teacher is not helping me, I will ask my friend. If the friend doesn't know, I will refer the dictionary. So they put up excellent hard work, and after about 2 months, there came the parent teachers meeting, and the parents witnessed for the first time in their life. They told me and they thanked me that their testimony was that they saw a change of attitude, a change of heart, a progress in their children who were reluctant to speak and think in English. So this is called forced mechanism. Forced mechanism, right? You are forcing them to speak in English. If you don't speak in English, you won't be able to survive in that particular environment. So if you have survival, if you have the survival instinct, there is no wonder everyone is equipped with the survival instinct. Charles Darwin is the one who came up with the survival instinct. So every one of you have a survival instinct. So if you are going to survive in such a highly challenging environment, you will be forced to work hard. You will be forced to work hard, right? When tough times come, it will produce the best results of your life. So when the going gets tough gets the going, right? So I would like to wind up this session as for now, right? My video, I would like to not hit a pause. I'm going to hit the stop button, right? I will stop this video once again with a reminder, right? We'll be soon dedicating a day, right? I will making the announcement very shortly. The time would be 7 PM most preferably, and we would not be taking more than 2 hours, because the last time I took 3 hours. Most of them, they came up with the suggestion is somewhat difficult for the working guys and studying guys who are going for the lectures, right? So now I need to be comfortable with the time and the duration, as well as to how long I will be dragging the sessions, because you guys come here to learn in an interesting way, learn with fun, right? That's the most important thing. If what you are learning is not fun, and the way you are learning, if it's not fun, you will be demotivated, discouraged to continue. But I'm not. I don't like to be that teacher who's going to make your life and learning lessons uninteresting, right? So I don't want to be that particular teacher. So it would be 7 to 9 PM, and you guys are warmly welcome. Come here, participate, and just evaluate if it's for you guys. You can continue with me these dynamic sessions, which will improve, definitely, which will improve your English. If you participate consecutively, successively, you need to dedicate that 2 hours. 2 hours. All I am asking from you is 2 hours. 2 hours. Only 2 hours from your week. Give me 2 hours and I will improve your English, and that's a promise. And with that promise, I would like to conclude this video. And thanks guys for being with me. People who have come so far in this video, I hope you would have now made a commitment, made a promise to yourself that from now onward, whether it's entertainment, whether it's WhatsApp, whether it's Facebook, whether it's social media, right? Wherever you go, right? At least take 5 minutes, separate 5 minutes every day. Take 5 minutes a day to think in English, to speak in English, to learn something in English, right? That will define your life, that will define your personality and how you look at life, right? Thank you guys. Thank you.